This presentation is extremely short. I want to explain why. So when schools get me to come in, right, they often pay a speaker, they get me to come in to speak to 1 or 2 grades. Are you with me so far? Yeah. So I was hired to come in and do one assembly. But I said, and I don't need to come across like a saint, because I'm not, but I said I'm committed to reaching all the kids, and please let me see the other grades too. Did you notice how the grade 12 often get left out in assemblies? Yeah. Right? Because, like, you know, the school's got to commit to working on their, you know, whatever, right? I don't know how it works. But I said, please let me just spend some time with you guys, because I'm going to be doing a workshop that follows for the rest of the day for people that have serious bad habits or addiction. And I do that workshop for completely free. I don't get paid for it by the school or anyone. But it's out of my commitment that anybody that's suffering from any kind of bad habit, whatever it might be, that they get access to getting some help from that, even if you're in grade 12. Does that make sense? Yeah. So if you could really give me your undivided attention, I got 18 minutes to pull off an assembly. It's supposed to be an hour long. I've never done it this short. That's all fine, so long as I get to talk to you about the workshop. So I'm a guy that's been addicted to all kinds of things. All kinds of things. You know how to read. I could go on and on, but to give you an example, I started smoking cigarettes in grade 10. And I started smoking casually, and very quickly, not very quickly, very gradually, it progressed to the point where I was quitting smoking, starting smoking, and smoking as much as 3 to 4 packs a day. Let's talk about cigarettes first, okay? Just so you get an idea about addiction, because my talk is on addictions and all kinds of bad habits, including bullying and all of it, right? But some people think that addictions are like we just say it frivolously. We go, I'm addicted to the internet. I'm addicted to the text messaging. I'm addicted. And I just want to get clear what addiction is and what it isn't. I'm not only a person that's an addict, I'm a person who's the founder of All Addictions Anonymous. I've dedicated 6-7 years of my time, and I continue for the rest of my life, helping people that are hopelessly addicted to all kinds of different things. It's my mission, it's my passion. I don't get paid when I work with these addicts. It's just a privilege. It's my life purpose. So I have tons of experience on what addiction is and what it isn't. And I just want you to understand, a lot of us think we're addicted to things, and we're not. Addiction is something that progresses, usually past high school, and it gets worse and worse as you go on. So how many of us know people, or parents, or friends, or whatever, maybe yourself, that have tried to quit smoking, and they've actually succeeded in quitting smoking, but then they end up going back smoking again, even though they swear they never would do it again? Right? That's more closely what addiction is. How many of us know people, because I'm sure it's not you, that get angry and they bully people and they feel bad about it, they swear they'll never do it again, but then they do it again? Yeah. Some of you just raise your hands and I can see it in your eyes. Some of you raise your hands and you actually do have remorse. Some of you raise your hands because you think it's a joke and you're proud that you bully people around. And there's nothing, I'm not here to make anybody wrong, but those of you that raised your hands, and I saw it in your eyes, I can see the remorse that you really don't want to be hurting people, but for some reason you continue doing it, you're not quite sure why. It's almost like an addiction. People like that often come to my workshop, and they get a structure for change and how to break through bad habits. I'll tell you more about how that works. I was a person that was addicted to all kinds of different drugs, including non-addictive marijuana. You guys heard that marijuana is non-addictive? Have you heard that one? Does everyone that smokes marijuana get addicted to marijuana? No. That's true. So, I'll be honest, I agree with you. Does everyone that drinks alcohol become alcoholic? No, not everybody. But for some people, I want to be clear though, for some people, marijuana can be addictive. I know, because I went to a treatment center because I was smoking up to 25 joints a day every day, and I wasn't getting high anymore. That's a lot of weed, bro. That's a lot of weed. Still been more than you're smoking? No disrespect to that. I know you guys are upstanding citizens. You do not smoke weed. First thing I got addicted to, well, addicted maybe to sugar. I mean, sugar, there's all kinds of different addictions. We die sooner with different ones. And speaking of that, just for fun, go on the internet and search out the dangers of eating sugar. You'd be surprised how it kills you. Slowly, just not as quickly as crack. I smoked up to $10,000 a month on crack cocaine. So that's a faster death. I got now 14 minutes. 14 minutes, please. Paint varnish remover. I got addicted to that, or that was one of the things that I did when I was in grade 7 or 8. And how that came about is I grew up in the James Finch corridor. I had a really great childhood. We didn't have much money, but that didn't matter because when all your friends grow up in the projects, it doesn't matter if you don't have money, because if you need something, you steal it. And when all your friends don't have money, you don't feel like you're different, right? It's just like normal. We're all together. We don't got money. So what? It's not a big problem. But where it becomes a problem is when grade 9, my mother met some guy who lived on a farm and she wanted to get us out of the ghetto, and we moved out of town, and I was different all of a sudden. I didn't thought I was different before, but now people were looking at me, talking about me, making fun of me because my clothing, I wore the same clothing a lot, and it was Goodwill secondhand stuffed clothing. So people make fun of me, kind of like the guy that's laughing right now. Those kind of people would laugh at me. I know you're not laughing. Oh, you're not. You're a good guy. We're all good guys. And girls. Good, good. So what happened was, eventually an incident happened where the master history test got stolen. Someone stole the master test in my history class. And even though I didn't steal it, I got blamed for it because I might as well blame it on the new guy. And then when that happened, this whole rumor starts, and you know, I really didn't fit anymore. I wouldn't go into the cafeteria to join you guys for lunch. I didn't want to be laughed at. I just kind of like try to hide from kids all the time. And I found that at 3:15 when school ended, I would just rush home and I would just get high on paint varnish remover. And it was a really sick high too, because you don't even get high, your brain cells burn out, you kind of get nauseous, and then you pass out, which was like okay by me, because I just hated feeling so lonely. I hated feeling like I was all alone, and I felt like I was hated by everybody. And that was the first thing that I kind of obsessively was doing.